Thank you for joining us once again. This is Cooking with Abba. Today, we're going to look at a special biscuit recipe. This is something my family folks have been doing for years. I decided to share today. If you love Ayigbe Biscuit, then you love this even more if you try it. This is from cassava starch and coconut milk. Those are the basic things that go in. And this is softer and more tastier than Ayigbe biscuit. So this is how starch looks like when it is finally done. If you want to see how starch is done, you can check it from my bancheka clue recipe on the channel. I'll leave the link down there for you. So this is how they come. Usually there's a bit of water on top of it. When you take them out, you need to cut them into chunks and then you dry it a bit and then you crush it into smaller particles. Let me put it like that. You'd have to find it, make it more finer. So you usually crush it a bit to get it a bit smoother. Then once that is done, you're going to put it into your trays or dry it on your shirts. So they are very, very dry. When they are very, very dry, we use a rolling pin to smoothen it and get it very, very powdery like this. Once it's powdery like this, then it's good to start working with. So we have the base, which is coconut milk. There's a yellow thing you see because it went into the fridge. And you know, coconut milk has a bit of fat, so it's formed the yellow blocks or chunks in there. But it's basically a mix of fresh coconut milk. Then when you're done, you add in some sugar, you add in the food color, which is optional. So in there is the coconut milk base and then the baking powders and the essence, and then you mix it up and you add in your margarine because you need a bit of fat in there. The fat makes it more rich and makes it nicer when you are breaking through it. And then you grate in your nutmeg. All of this is not found in the Ayigbe biscuit. That is why I'm telling you that this is more tastier and more nicer than Ayigbe biscuit. And then you finally add in the cassava starch. So this is the starch we get from cassava. Usually those who do agriculture in mass numbers, they tend to sell the starch, which is dried, into the cassava flour. And you're going to just mix it up, and you won't mix it totally because it can easily dry up. So you even have to have a bit of the coconut base at the side. And so you'll be putting them in bits into a smaller bowl and kneading it for it to mix perfectly before we roll it into balls and press it into the shapes we want. So you're going to clean this perfectly. It shouldn't be too dry. It shouldn't be too wet. If it's too wet, it's going to be too sticky. And when you do, it's going to be too light. If it's overly dry too, you'd realize that when you do the biscuit, it's going to be overly hard. So usually when they are done, you melt your shea butter and then you base your pans with it. If you use something like the regular vegetable oil, because it's starchy, sometimes if it's too soft, it will stick into the trays a lot. So when you're done, you have to be cleaning a lot. So the shea butter does the trick with this one. And shea butter is also healthier and cheaper around here. So you base all your pans with the shea butter, and then we mold the dough, which we formed, into circles. Then we arrange in the trays. You need to have enough space between each of them because you're going to press them into shapes which are flatter. If you do it big like this, the inside is not going to be crunchy. So you just need to press this into a much more flatter look like this in the pans, in the trays in there. Then, yes, this is one way of cutting cost around here. So this is an indigenous way of baking it. This is the oven, but then this is using charcoal in there, which is also going to provide the heat. And once that has gone in there, you're going to arrange the trays in there. And of course, when they go in, it's not like you are done. You'd have to be rotating it to make sure that each part receives equal heat and then each part cooks perfectly the same. So you need to be doing a lot of rotation, especially when the batches are a lot, because heat in there is not going to be evenly distributed. And as you are doing that, you're watching out for those which are ready then you'll be taking them out in that regard. So this is Osimbali, as we call it at my end. And it's very much like the Ayigbe biscuit. The only thing is this is more richer, it has more flavor, and it's nicer. Because this one has not just the cassava starch, this one has coconut in there, there's spice, there's nutmeg in there, there's margarine, there's sugar, there's a bit of baking powder, and then baking soda in there to help with the rising and everything. So this is way tastier than your regular Ayigbe biscuit. Yes, so this is one thing which has been in my family line for a very long time. And my grandma used to do, my auntie does it now, and it's been in the family for a long time. And it's one which, when you taste, you keep ordering for it, sir. You just keep loving it, sir. So yes, this is one special recipe I just wanted to share with you guys to also have a good feel of some of the things we eat around here. Yes, this is a healthy local Ghanaian snack. Very simple and healthy. So this is how they come. When you break, you realize that this is not like your Ayigbe biscuit, which is so hard. I say abre winery, but this one day your old people can also choose some on, and you can package this beautifully, have it in your fridge, and then be snacking on it. Yes, within the day, and that's sort of vibe. So yeah, I hope you loved this video. Do support us with your views, with your likes, with your subscription, and most importantly, share with others to also watch and then subscribe as well. So till we see you in the next food video, do live life to the fullest. Be joyous, be merry, and make it a point to contact us for some of this tasty, local, rich Ghanaian snack. Mwah.